On this week's boiler tip, we're going to look at the main furnace, the Morrison tube of this fire tube boiler, and what we're going to be looking for when we inspect that. Firstly, we're going to look down and make sure we don't have bulges or distortion of the main furnace tube. If that's overheated or dry fired, a lot of times we'll see a portion collapsed towards the burner end, especially where that's been heated actually to a temperature where it's softened and the pressure begins to push it down, and that's a big problem. That's an expensive repair. But we could also have cracking at the rear end of the tube sheet. Now, we don't see that as much at the front end of the furnace because frankly, this is where the brunt of the heat is. We've got a refractory door that's holding heat. We've got, if we're firing a high fire, a very intense temperature here. And if we bring the unit up quickly, if we shut it down too quickly, if we run it low on water, we're gonna get thermal stress. And so we can look for cracking on the main furnace, and we can look for cracking on the tube sheet. And what that will look like in a significant issue system is pretty significant. In this section of a tube sheet that was removed, you can see the thermal stress cracks, and this is just a section that was removed. In many cases, this is the inside of the boiler, and scale here prohibits the heat transfer, and we get cracking as the energy soaks into that and cools and heats and cools, and that can damage it. On the furnace itself, as we approach that tube sheet, in this case, we can see where there are many cracks that occurred. So at that angle where the tube sheet meets the furnace, you've got opportunities for cracks in both of those surfaces. And that is definitely something we want to identify and get resolved when we're doing an inspection.